quad track versus two track versus four-wheel drives, and what I would rather have. Obviously, I would rather have two tracks. We have 3 of them, and they're a fantastic machine 95% of the time. They work great. But when it comes to wet conditions, kind of like what we're dealing with now in the fields, not so great. And that is because of how a two-track works versus a four-wheel drive versus a quad track. Quad tracks, kind of like skid steers, they have a positive drive system. They have a gear that interlocks with the track and spins the track. You will not have any slippage between your drive wheel and the track. A two-track is a friction drive system. So it's just got a rubber wheel that is tight against the track, and that's what turns the track. Problem is, when it's muddy like this, you get some of this greasy mud in there, some water, and you can start slipping your drive wheel inside the track, which means you're not going anywhere. The other thing that is a downside to a two-track when it's wet is that it's an open differential. It spins one track at a time. That's how you do steering and that sort of thing, by sending one power to one side or the other. So when it gets wet, the track with the least amount of traction will start spinning, and you won't be able to steer and that sort of thing. Quad tracks and four-wheel drives are really nice because not only you have front and rear axles driving, you can have diff lock, that sort of thing, as well as you can pivot and articulate the tractor to kind of crawl your way out of mud. So two tracks really are not great when it's wet, but they have great power to the ground. Your drivetrain losses on a quad track are insane. A 600 horsepower quad track could be putting down 450 horsepower to the dirt because it loses so much power through the drivetrain. You have higher fuel usage, so for a majority of the time, you're spending a lot of money to get this extra traction that you don't necessarily need. And why I would choose a quad track over a four-wheel drive is that a wheel tire will destroy a field like nothing else. Wheels make massive ruts. They move a lot of dirt. Sure, they're good when it's wet, but you make a mess of the field. So, we like tracks, and we like two tracks because of the efficiency they provide and the fact that 5% of the time we wish we had something else. For that 5% of the time, it's not worth getting something else.